Hello everyone, welcome back to Hearts of Iron Old World Blues A to Z. As said previously, Old World Blues is the Fallout mod for Hearts of Iron 4, and this series is basically going through every single nation in the mod A to Z, inspired by our iSorrowproductions A to Z series in default Hearts of Iron 4. Anywho, I am slightly different voice-wise right now because I have a really scratchy throat and everything. But, I think we can get through this anyway. So, yeah. Anywho, today we will be playing as the Apostles, as stated in the last one of this series. The Apostles are a breakaway government from the Mirelurk tribe, led by Prophet Vadim. Basically, their whole lore shtick is that they have a strong belief in the Ruddy Man, who was the person who first established contact with Mululu, and ended up saving these people from starvation by basically adapting to become more like the Mirelurks around them. But because of the Coral Court's corruption, Vadim and his followers were exiled from the Mirelurk tribe, and basically that's where we start off. A while after that point, when they have fought off all of the cannibal groups in their surrounding area, and gained for themselves a foothold from which they can seek to defend themselves from the ever-growing influence of the Mirelurk tribe. In this region, there is really two huge threats. Well, usually one of them ends up coming out on top. In the Marrow Drinkers, who will seek to subjugate everyone in all of these nations to the west of them, in Oregon, and the Troll Ward, who will seek to literally just massacre everyone, and then they will fight the Washington Brotherhood, like the based man the first is. Like, seriously, this man could straight up frickin' yeet a truck if he wanted to. He's huge. Anywho, so our plan is basically going to be to rush a war with the Mirelurk tribe as soon as possible, and attempt to overcome our difficulties. Anywho, let's get straight into it. Okay, so just getting into this, as always, we've got our 3 7-day focuses. As per someone's request last time, I'm going to basically read out those events for those few, and then basically read a few of the more important to us events between wars, which there isn't really going to be many wars, so I guess that's more directed at generic nations such as the Antelope tribe, which I played last time. Anywho, we're going to start with the Hearts of Coral, go down Long Exile, and wait for War for the Mountain. After we do that, we're going to go into all of these so as to prepare ourselves to eventually freaking do the focus, which we have to wait a year for some bloody reason, which I don't know why they block us from that, but it's probably so that we started as soon as the Mirelurks begin to expand aggressively. And then we're just going to go for industry focuses to prepare ourselves even further for the inevitable war. Okay, let's just get into it. Gonna do some basic tech stuff. And, yeah. True believers. Sacrifices have to be made if one is to stick to their beliefs once. The Mirelurk tribe and the Apostles were but one people. In recent years, however, the beliefs of the heads of the Mirelurk tribe began to shift after a new group known as the Coral Court began to influence the Mirelurk tribals to their bidding. One of the core ideals of the Mirelurk tribe is their belief in the figure of the Ruddy Man, an ancient hero of old, who helped the wastelanders of West Oregon survive the first few decades after the Great War. The Mirelurk tribe's new leadership wishes to impose the ideal that the ruddy man was not a man, but a Mirelurk. This isn't correct at all, as it was the actions of the ruddy man that should be revered, not their bloodline. Prophet Vadim was one of the first to begin protests among the Mirelurk leadership. Who else would have qualms with the Mirelurk's new teachings? I can choose the Netcasters, the Coral Collectors, or the Mudford Farmers. Usually I choose this one. Actually, we've got such shite stability for it. I'm going to choose the Coral Collectors. Let's just move on to the Long Exile then. The long southern road. Eventually, our protests grew too dire for the Mirelurk tribe to abide by. While some among them expected execution, the Coral Court ultimately chose a leaner sentence: exile. We were forced to the south, traveling along the old interstate highway, number 5, in order to reach the raider-filled town of Argo. It turns out that the village here was controlled by the Bone Pickers, a group of cannibal raiders stationed out of Diamond Peak to the east. Shortly after the battle, raiders stationed out of Diamond Peak to for Argo would begin again, a short skirmish, mostly a prelude to the conflicts ahead. How merciful would we be after the fighting was done to take Argo? We killed them all. We spared the women, the children and women. Woman? We converted who we could. Let the rest return whence they came. Honestly, I'm going to go for this one because it gives us a significant amount of money should we wish to shit out troops later, which won't really affect us much in this, but yeah. And we're just going to move on to the next thing. But before that, I'm going to read out the descriptions of our different modifiers, since I didn't do that previously, and honestly, I think they're pretty cool. Prophet Vadim, a former prophet of the Coral Court of the Mirelurk tribe, Vadim had a good life. However, as the Coral Court's influence continued to grow over the Mirelurk tribe, Vadim couldn't stand by what he saw as abandonment of the old ways. He and his apostles were exiled to the south, where they fought off the bone picker cannibals and established a home for themselves. Honestly, I'm going to probably have to bug report the they. Apostles of the Ruddy Man. The apostles believe in the idea that the Ruddy Man, the ancient hero who taught the Deadwood destitute how to survive in the wasteland, was not a god in and of himself, but rather that his actions make him worth reverence, akin to a saint in the Catholic faith. These ideals are seen as heretical by the Coral Court of the Mirelurk tribe, who feel that the Ruddy Man was a god outright, and that his lineage should be worshipped as gods. And wounds from the Bone Picker War. The apostles of the Ruddy Man, after they were exiled from the Mirelurk tribe to the north, had to fight a 5-year-long war to push through the Camas Valley and into Diamond's Peak. Many of the tribe are still weary of war from this long and drawn-out conflict. Well, I really have to report a lot of things. Anywho, yeah. And here we are. The Bone Picker War. The Bone Picker didn't take kindly to our taking of Argo. A drawn-out, long conflict would ensue. The Bone Pickers would constantly raid the poorly fortified position of Argo by sending raiders down the mountain in the night. The apostles had no choice in the matter. If they did nothing, the Bone Pickers would wipe them out eventually. The apostles began a great trek to take Diamond Peak from the Bone Picker raiders. It was a terrible conflict, took 5 years to travel through the Camas Valley, and reach the old mining conflicts they had fortified into their stronghold at the top of Crater Lake. In the end, we had lost nearly half our number, but managed to wipe out the bone pickers in their entirety. What are some of the things we would have found at the top of the mountain? There's caps, which just gives us a bunch of bottle caps, rare shiny metals, which just gives us some more scrap. Honestly, we're starving for scrap right now. And captured villagers from Arroyo and Klamath, which just gives them a bit more manpower, which I find pretty cool. And it gives us stability, which we desperately need. We've got, like, shite stability. Anywho, after doing those 3 events, we're basically just going to go through recovering from the Civil War to reduce the shite we get from this. And then we're going to do settle the mount. Actually, we're going to do bone picker weapons and then settle the mountain so that we can start making troops and then get more manpower for more troops. And then we're just going to go for the industry focuses over here. So yeah, if any events pop up during that time, we're going to just pop back in for a second. And yeah, I don't really have much to say. I'm more just chilling this episode. There isn't really much for us to do except just kind of chill, man. I don't know, man. Yeah. Anywho, let's just move on. Okay, so 2 major events have just popped up. First, the followers of the apocalypse have come. Every single nation eventually is going to have to deal with these bloody people. I don't know if I've ever brought them up to you guys in one of these videos, but literally they're just the thing which pops up for everyone. Their icon is kind of like this, and you can either choose to attempt to do actions to just tell them to screw off, or you could just let them come into your lands, or you could just, if you're a nation such as the Mirelurk tribe, the Troll Warren, and a few others, you could just say no, shoot them or something, and then boom. They've been shot in a second. A day, maybe? Oh, there it is. Yep. We immediately shot at them, and they ran away. Anywho, yeah, this Carcass Walkers War, 90% of the time, the Troll Warren wins pretty easily. After they beat them, they're probably going to end up eating the Rib Breakers over here. Or they'll just eat shit and die to the Marrow Drinkers. I've seen them do that a lot recently, which might make playing as the Apostles a bit interesting, I guess. Let's just continue on with this and see where this heads then, shall we? Industrially, I'm going to be focusing on going for conch knives into import thunder sticks. Into Oregon weapon trade, then I'm just going to go craft coral tools, coral homes, and the freighter fortress. And then I don't know. I'll have decided at that point whether or not which one of these I want to do. So that I can get all the way to the land of coral. This side, the only really good thing is the metal crab claw if you want to go for that. Which I may go for if I have time after this, but I don't really think I'm gonna have time. Yeah. Well, there goes the Carcass Walkers, and the Troll Warrens already cored their lands. Next, they're either going to attack the Rib Breakers or the Marrow Drinkers. As I said earlier, they'll probably lose to the Marrow Drinkers if they fight them. Or at least I've been seeing that a lot recently. Maybe they'll switch the tides up and actually beat them. I've just reformed my army a bit into only infantry divisions and the Mirelurk division. Instead of having militia divisions spotted about, I thought it'd just be better to switch to straight infantry. Well, the Troll Warren ended up going for the smarter of the 2 options and attacked the Rib Breakers first. Depends if the Marrow Drinkers go through a focus to attack the Troll Warren in the middle of this, which would kind of screw them over. But if the Troll Warren can win handily enough, then the Rib Breakers will be shattered, they'll eat all their land, and then they'll probably have a good chance to beat up the Marrow Drinkers. And then more people from Hawaii. Why more people from Hawaii? Okay, thank you for your whatever the heck. That was weird. So, we're basically a year from game start, and the Troll Warren has almost killed the Rib Breakers. I'm surprised the Marrow Drinkers haven't come in at this point, but this might be good in the fact that we might actually get to fight what is intended to be the big threat to our east. Or at least I believe that's a big threat to our east. Anywho, we've basically shit out a bunch of divisions, and we're going to shit out a bunch more before we attack the Mirelurk tribe to our north. Because since it's been a year since the start of us doing this, we can now rebuild the mountain fortress, and then we could either just choose to lose and submit to the Mirelurks, or we could just make some defenses, then get a fuck ton of guns and some army experience, and then just be like, you know what? Is it time for war instead? Screw you, I ain't waiting around, I'm gonna shoot you myself. And then I'm just gonna try and spread the cold of the ruddy man. I'll read the description of that if we ever make it to it. But, yep, we're going into this. We're rebuilding the mountain fortress, and we're gonna get a new shiny capital. I think that's what that means. And look at that. Our capital is now a lake. What? There's not even a lake here. Or a crater. I think that might be craters. I'm a bit confused and befuddled. I've been quite possibly bamboozled. And, well, I guess we're just gonna have to go for preemptive defense. Basically say fuck you to that schism. Then we're just gonna go down next for the big... Well, actually, no. We're gonna go for... Yeah, the big one. And then training the faithful. Best offense is good defense. And then we get to our actual bloody war. Oh, it's... you guys haven't seen this, but I've been here for over an hour, and I am very, very bored. Well, the Troll Warren is getting stronger every day. The Rib Breakers have finally fallen about a year into the game. And, well, a year and a half-ish. And I guess they'll be going after the Marrow Drinkers next, meaning we'll soon be we'll soon be sharing a land border with them, which I do not feel the most confident about when they have behemoths and I have people with funny knives. Our plan is literally just to completely overwhelm the Mirelurk tribe while they're distracted doing something else. So the time has come. We've finally gotten a war goal against the Mirelurk tribe right after they had integrated the cannibal territories. So I suppose it is us who will have to make the first strike. It appears that we have incredibly overestimated this war because holy crap, they only have like 9 divisions, we have over 30. So yeah, this is probably just going to be a quick war where I just slap their shit in and they die. So yeah, I think I'm just going to slap their shit in and kill them. Yeah. Boom. Oh, look at it. Oh, the green. Delicious. Oh. I'm just gonna encircle some of the front line divisions. They physically can't stop me. Honestly, they hype you up for this war so much, but if you just produce a bunch of divisions before it happens and just snake through, they just die. Heck, I could literally just victory snipe them right now. Honestly, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna do that. Yep, there goes the Crowlands. It's ours now. And there's gonna go Cope Creek. Up, and look. We've done it. We've taken Cope Creek. Gave me a little bit of a lag spike there. But, yeah. Oh, I think we might have killed them too fast. Oh no. The peace deal hasn't come up yet. Oh, it's probably because of cannibal territories. Well, darn. Guess we'll just waddle over there. Oh, they're trying to retreat. Pitiful. And their encircled divisions are being shattered. Nothing surprising. 13 days until they get through all of that. Just got a bunch of bloody manpower. Honestly, I'm gonna hold this focus so that we can go immediately into banishing the Coral Court, so that we can get cores on all of our new territory. Yeah, well, this war wasn't really as hard as it was made out to be. No, just 3 days until the war's over, and we've literally just destroyed the entire forces of... Oh, and they had one troop left. It wasn't even in cannibal territories. Oh. Well, there it is. They're dead. Marler tribe's territories are ours. And we have finally mended our schism forcibly. Boom, look at that. Big apostles. And we can finally use our dockyards for Pete's sake. Like, we have one here, but it doesn't actually work as a dockyard. It's bugged. It's not even a joke. At least I think it... Yeah, it literally just says, boom, naval dockyard. What does it say here? Boom, naval dockyards. I don't know if that's intended or not. Honestly, a bit confused. Anywho, we're just going to core the territory. And because the war is over, I'm literally just going to change the Exiled Heretics Division to be 20 width. With all of the stuff we have now. Oh, that's 24. I was zoning out and I wasn't really counting. Anywho, boom. There goes probably all of our manpower. But once we core this territory, we'll get a bunch more manpower to finally sustain these new divisions. Just boom. We literally eats all of our manpower. Just immediately consumed. But these 20 widths will prove to be much better than our 10 widths spam. You just gotta wait a few days to sustain them. Just gonna reassign our troops to the river crossings. Like, seriously. The Marler tribe does not prepare for you to blitz them, apparently. And so I guess I'm just gonna chop this up into 2, 3. Just gonna take these 4. You 4. Oh, there goes our coring of land. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why our divisions are still called Exiled Heretics and we've kind of unexiled ourselves. But eh. You know what, actually, Apostle raised Mirelurks. I'm just gonna put there. Anywho. What fruit for everyone? Oh. I do suppose I may have overestimated the, or underestimated the manpower cost of assuming all of this. So I guess I'm just gonna have to disband this dude. That kind of overestimated myself a bit there. Which, yep, that's enough equipment for everyone. Well, now I've got a fully equipped, if a little bit inexperienced army. And I've got better equipment to make now. Honestly, overall, we're doing pretty well. Gonna have to, you know, no, I'm not gonna disband them just for the sake of, yeah, you know what. You know what, I'm just gonna put all of these dudes into the second dude's army. Okie dokie. A lot of things have been going by fast, and this is probably going to be a pretty long and boring clip, but honestly, it's just because this is a major point. I'm probably going to prepare to, you know what? I'm going to prepare to kill them as soon as they attack the marrow drinkers. I'm going to start justifying on them. If they die to the marrow drinkers, I'll just justify the marrow drinkers. In the meantime, I'll just get through our final focus. I'll read that to you all in a moment. Spread the cult of the ruddy man. The tale of our victory against the monsters from the sea will go down in legend as a turning point in our culture. Let us spread this story so that the wasteland might hear it. Our faith in the ruddy man will be shared by all. The apostles of the ruddy man, with the matter of their once masters dealt with, can finally focus on beginning the slow process of spreading their ideology outside of Oregon. Already people tell stories of the apostles' victory against the monstrous Malulu. It will be easy to convince people to convert to our beliefs. And it gives you a permanent 70% reduction in coring costs, which means that in the future, should you choose to go on a giant conquering rampage, going for the uncored states menu, all the things will cost way less. I've never done the additional map mode, so I'm going to press this button and see if my PC explodes. Welcome all back to, what the heck is... I mean, what the... Holy crap. I mean, this looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty damn cool. I'm just, what the heck? Huh. Well, this is a recent development for Old World Blues, but honestly, it's a pretty cool one. Pretty cool to see this going on. Is there any more? Oh, what the heck? Oh. What the? You can see the world's factory count? Huh. I'm pretty sure that's a bit cheating in a way, but then you can see stability based on country. Holy crap, Lanius is not having a good time with that, I guess. And then you have diplomatic range. Oh, is this just all the people I can... Oh, this is my diplomatic range. War support. I wonder why Caesar's Legion doesn't have that much war support. Caps income. Oh, I suck. Oh. Oh, I'm literally going into debt. Oh, I've got enough money to sustain myself. I'll be fine. Coring status. Well, that's just on my end. And claims map mode. This is weird as heck. Anywho, I guess we'll just move on to whoever wins the Marrow Drinkers War and War, and then I'll just pounce upon whoever does. Okay, so I got bored of waiting for the Warren to eventually attack us, so I just justified on them because they were too scared to attack the Marrow Drinkers. Now I am just going to immediately shoot them in the face, and yeah, honestly, I don't think this war is going to be too terribly hard as long as I can get my naval invasion out with some of the Mirelurks. Then I'm just going to increase my manpower laws slightly. Because I don't know. Honestly, at this point, it's mostly post-focus tree shenanigans. So there's not really much for us to do except just do a little bit of a sneaky on the force attack. Do it. Come on. Come on. Just break into the port. Come on. Ah. Just break the port. Do it. Come on. Come on, do it now. Come on. Okay, I think we're actually breaking into the port. Oh, but the organization is fucking dying. Come on. We're at 98%. Come on, you can do it. I literally don't think you could lose now. Come on. Yes! Okay, just gonna pause and, it's time to consume the flesh of the innocent. What? No, 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 no. Hold. No, forging the heck. Y'all stupid sons of guns. I did a little bit of a humorous moment there. Anywho, we're gonna charge across all the crossings to distract them while they aren't looking. And we're gonna force attack across them just for the funnies. Now we gotta actually get all of our organization back because we did a stupid. So, yeah. Hopefully this has put enough pressure off the lines that we can just push across. Oh, well, we did push across one of the crossings, so it appears we are actually going to be pretty successful in that area. I'm gonna take Salem. Yep, we're pretty much spaghettifying through their lines. Honestly, aren't in the best position down here. Supply-wise, we're honestly pretty good. Wait, where are we getting you know, I'm not gonna ask where we're getting nutrition from. It's probably bananas. I don't know why, but they finally come back for revenge. What the fudge? Y'all don't even have troops on your border. Let's pause for a second so that they don't have any troops on their border by the time we get in for our spaghettification. Yep, just... Yep. You fools. The tactics of the brilliant fucking crab lover Prophet Vadim have come here to destroy you. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. Oh, you sons of guns. Get them all in. It's all in. Yes. Okay. Well, it's looking like the troll warren will be worn no longer. I'm such good at words. Oh god, I have really just made this front line look very Okay, this front line looks disgusting now. Absolutely disgusting. I feel as though a weaker man would barf, but I am no weaker man. But I still feel like hurling, which is just a manlier version of barfing, obviously. If only I'd been able to abuse that funny moment of weakness of my enemies. And there go the last encircled divisions down here. I hope. Yep, they're dead. Now we just get these dudes up to the front and they'll just take the last important areas of the troll warren. We just really gotta get through this real bit of a slog. How close are they to capitulation? They're pretty darn close. We just gotta take a few more of these towns. I swear, the marrow drinkers are just gonna declare war now. While I'm doing this. I don't really know anything about the marrow drinkers tree except it kind of makes them do something. Look, I've been told it's pretty meh, so I haven't really looked into it. But you all will end up seeing it in the future, and it won't be. M is pretty far into there. Yeah, you'll see it a long while. And there we go. The troll warren is dead. We are now the big apostles. Gosh darn it, who keeps stealing all my trade shit? Anywho, so our last plan is literally just to murder the marrow drinkers for just being slow. Look, man, this is Mirelurk, Prophet Vadim land now. The Mirelurk tribe is no more. I don't know why you said Mirelurk, you stupid. It totally wasn't me who said that. Shut up. Shut up, you get to die. No. What are the stats? Holy crap, Prophet Vadim's stats are honestly not that bad. He's got some pretty good stats. The time has come to beat our final enemy. The marrow drinkers no longer deserve their sovereignty. Their cannibalistic ways stand abhorrently as the last of their kind in Western Oregon. They shall now be eradicated for their disgusting practices and to ensure the continued safety of the apostles and their way of life. Glory be to the ruddy man Well, there goes our last major focus. We've only got a few more we can even physically do. So we've got the Land of Coral, Spread the Cold of the Ruddy Man, Shell Games, Warrior Leagues, and Metal Crab Claw. Yeah, I actually do have powered weaponry, which I find mildly humorous as a tribal nation. And there we go. After just a bit of snaking and some slapping, some bitch slapping, we have completely conquered the Marrow Drinkers. And that is it. Well, everyone, thank you for watching, and thank you for staying here with this series, or if this is your first time, welcome. None of these really need to be watched one after the other, and I hope they're all good experiences. As always, in the comment section below, be sure to give any feedback you feel that is necessary to the series. If you like what's going on, tell me. If you don't, also tell me so that I can try and change it. I tried to read out what little events I did have as the Apostles when they came up, and I think that worked well. And yeah, after this point, the Apostles don't really have anything else to do except maybe wait for the Bone Dancers to do a few border conflicts and the like. And pretty late, I'm pretty sure the NTR will take Klamath, or somebody will, and then you'll have to deal with whoever that is. Washington Brotherhood will never come south if the Troll Warren doesn't exist. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for this nation. Next one we're going to be doing is pretty minor, and I don't know if I am not going to be screaming. Lanius, you rat bastard. I don't feel hope. My hope is dying. Anywho, see you next time. Have a good one, and as always, yeah, have a nice day.